Hello, and welcome. Let me know where you are watching from. Make sure you can hear me good. It's always interesting to see where everybody is at. Let me just pop it up on my phone as well, just so I can make sure we all sound good. I've been playing around with the mics this week as well, so I've got myself a new microphone just to play around with, but I thought I'm not going to test it on this stream, that is for certain. So yes, welcome to this big live stream. Interesting one, this one. This one is about kind of how can you boost those streams. I don't know about you, but like when I first started out, there's that doom and gloom when you first go live about whether whether you're doing a good job or not. You kind of have that anxiety that if you don't get that many views, is the stuff you're putting out there any good? Which is a great question to ask yourself, sort of thing. So, if you're doubting your value of the stuff that you're exporting and trying to get that traction and consistency, we're going to go through some great tips during this live stream of what you can do to get the most, so you can hit the ground running to get those most views that you can get. And again, it's also giving the best user experience as well for people that are watching, making sure that they're getting the best out of it as well. So there we go. Let me just jump on this live, make sure I sound good. Let me know where you're watching from as well. So there we go. Let me just jump on this live. That sounds good to me. I don't know about you. Let me know. Yeah, that all is good there. So let me just pop this on there. So yes, so we're going to go through a few things during this. Let me know as well your expectations from the show. What do you want to learn? What's the tips and tricks that you've kind of learned along the way? Feel free to jump in. We're completely open when it comes to asking questions and that type of thing as well. And obviously, this is Be Live, so make sure you're signed up to Be Live. There's a sale on at the moment as now. Let me just pop this up in there so you can see it. Let me just hide you, and there we go. There is a Be Live sale on at the moment, so do get yourself joined to Be Live. That will help you with everything that we're talking about today. These tips and tricks are universal. So a lot of the things we're doing are using the tools that Be Live has, but a lot of these are great tips for helping you with your engagement and to kind of get those view numbers up. I'll tell you part of the reasoning behind this as well, or my kind of area with this. One, coming from a live streaming point of view, there's lots of stuff to help. The other side is coming from a stage background and promoting my own physical shows. A lot of these techniques and tips are kind of transferable. So, marketing and all that will help. Dan Goyette is in the house from his office in Michigan. Dan Goyette, another fellow Be Liver and a great one as well. So yes, Michigan. Wonder if we'll get anyone further away than Michigan today. Who knows? We'll get into it. So we're going to be going through that. We talked about the Be Live. We're going to be talking through the different things that you can do to get those views. And that's what makes the difference, because that pain point in the beginning, when you're starting out, you feel like you're kind of going live to nobody. But your consistency and you keep putting it out there, these tips and tricks are really going to help with you. So the first thing we talk about is like choosing the right destination. It is so important, to be fair, because once you select that kind of, where do you go live? Do you go live to YouTube, Facebook? Where are you going live at the moment? Choosing the right place can be a bit of a gamble, and you can be one of those that you're a jack of all trades, master of none. It can be confusing going live in loads of different places. With Be Live, you can multi-stream. Multi-stream means that you can go live in multiple different destinations at the same time. But there's some challenges that come with that as well. Make sure that when you are going live, for me, I would look where my most engagement is coming from, and that's where I would give my most attention. So if it was Facebook, I would focus everything on Facebook. But then also, can be going live on YouTube and LinkedIn and other places at the same time. But the one where I get the most eyeballs, the most audience, the most engagement, that's where I'm going to put most of my energy. But don't neglect the other ones, because you don't want people jumping on the stream and feeling left out. That's not what live's about. Good thing with Be Live is when somebody comments, it lets you know next to their name, their profile, it lets you know where they are. So it lets you know if it's on YouTube, if it's on Facebook, if it's on LinkedIn, if it's on Amazon Live, it lets you know there. So that really does help. But it also you get an idea of where people are watching from as well. Also, make sure chat is monitored. If you are going live in a group through RTMP, make sure you've got your phone open as well, so you can check that is going live there as well. That's really important. What else would I say? Yeah, just prioritize that destination. You're going live in different places, which means you're capturing all of those audience. Don't think that you're just repeating that content, because you'll have a different audience. The people that watch you on Facebook will be different to the people that are watching you on YouTube, and they're going to be different on LinkedIn again. So do make sure you monitor that as well. Another thing I would say to do is I would, promote your stream well in advance. They say 7 days. 7 days is perfect. By promoting in advance, you're enabling yourself to kind of create that buzz, to get people know what's going to be talked about. It gives them a chance to kind of get in the chat and ask questions there as well. It really helps you set that time aside so that people know what's going on. So for this show, I set the event up in Facebook. We schedule it, obviously, an Instagram story, send a couple of emails out to some people that I know that would find this interesting, and again, promoted this in other groups that I'm members of and pushed it out there as well. Let me know in the comment section where other places you should do that, or what you do to promote your live streams. That's always good to know. I know Dan does a great job of kind of pushing his stuff out there on various other platforms as well. And again, during this, if you have any questions, feel free to jump into the comment section and ask those. But yeah, promoting your stream is really important. Do little teasers. Do a little YouTube live. I'm about to go live now on Facebook, on YouTube. Contact, like if you've got guests on your show, a great thing with being live is the ability to have guests. So again, you've got more people promoting out there. By collaborating with other people, you're doubling your reach, tripling your reach, more than that, because their audience gets to see them as well. I do a show where we try and have a guest on every week. This just really helps spread things out there. And again, if this makes any sense whatsoever, do let me know in the comments section. It's always good to know and good to hear. Make sure collaborating with other influencers. We live in an influencer kind of world now. Now, don't get me wrong, some of those influencers are going to be very hard to get hold of, but there might be people that are more micro influencers, that are kind of local to you, local to your niche. In the niche that I'm in, there's people that are kind of influencers. Collaborate with those. That way you're growing your audience as well. Oh, the team setting is absolutely amazing, Dan. And again, great for, if you've got multiple people doing things that can really help with that. It's one of the great settings here on this. And it means that your person you're collaborating with, your co-host, can actually be a co-host as well. They can add graphics. They can really interact with your stream as well. So yeah, great point that, Dan. Absolutely spot on. We talked then about promoting. One of the most important things for promoting is kind of scheduling that stream. Scheduling it does a few things. Not only does it kind of let people know in advance, which is the most important thing. You've got to respect your audience. Let them know in advance that you're going to be going live. This gives them chance to put it in their diaries. When you do it as well on Facebook, it's going to create an event on Facebook. So people can click that they're interested or that they're attending, and then it's going to get a notification as well. So it's good to set that schedule up so people can go, oh, and I want to know about that. So I'll click attending, and then when it happens, I get to know about it. That way they get notifications just before it goes live and when it goes live as well. So again, it's respecting your audience's time, which I think is really important. When you just jump on a live, people are doing their day-to-day things. They've gone shopping, they're picking their kids up, they're doing whatever it is that they're doing at that time of the day. And so scheduling is really important for that as well. That picture was taken in a pub in the UK. Oh, but you're due to come over to the UK again, Dan. So when you do, we shall definitely make sure you get a good welcome over here as well. Awesome. And yes, lots of exciting projects coming up for Dan as well. So yeah, scheduling the stream. It means that your audience gets those reminders, and it also gives you time to create that hype. It gives you time to promote your stream. It gives you time to kind of build all that audience interaction up, which again is really, really important. And again, when we talk about worrying about your numbers, don't worry about it. Many people will watch it on the replays and later on. So always do it as if, we'll talk about repurpose in a minute, but always do your lives as if you're doing it as a repurposed video, because the content you're going to create is phenomenal. So again, absolutely amazing. Most important thing I always do, and I spend a lot of time on it because it is so important, and that's greetings. You know, welcoming your audience, make them feel good for being part of the stream. Encourage them, give them kind of an opportunity for them to get into the comment section and talk. This does a couple of things. One, it gives them that dopamine of kind of getting involved as well. And once you help people break that fourth wall and get in the comment section and start talking, hey, Coley's Bears Gaming's here as well, good to see you. Once you kind of you help them break that fourth wall, it makes it easier for them to comment again, and then they become part of the stream. They're not just a passive watcher of the show, they're an integral part of the show. So greetings are always important, just like we've just done then. That wasn't on purpose. But Coley, let us know where you're watching from. I know you told me last time, but I have the memory of a sieve. But yes, it's good to have you here as well. And again, I can see from my BeLive studio here that comment's coming in from YouTube. So I get to see that, so far we've got a more of a ratio from Facebook to YouTube, but it's still going out on both of those platforms. So yeah, greetings are important. Again, it also acts as a bit of a buffer when you first go live. So rather than being, my pet hate is when people start a live stream by saying, we're just going to wait for some more people to jump on. I find that rude for the audience, because the people that are there are the important people. We're not waiting for other people. By greeting people that are there, it gives you a bit of time and a buffer, and it welcomes them to the chat as well. And if that makes sense, let me know in the comment section. You know me, I like that kind of audience interaction. It always helps the stream go a little bit quicker. And again, there will be time for Q&A at the end of this. So if you do have some questions, you'd have seen a pops in the event if you have any questions to ask away. But please do jump in the comment section as well. And look who is it. It's Olivier. How are you? Long time no see, buddy. Hopefully you are well. Yeah, great to have you on. And again, we're talking about kind of like boosting viewers and things we can do for that. So yeah, greetings again. You're helping people feel part of the experience, which is always going to help. Yeah, that's my opinion. So let me know what you think as well. Yeah. Again, the other thing with that is, again, when you greet someone onto your stream, they're getting to see their profile picture on screen. They're also, if they've got their logo as their profile picture, it's helping their branding get out there as well. So again, it increases that engagement as well. So greetings, always keep it warm, always keep it friendly. As you know, if you watch this stream regularly, I'm about as casual as you can get. I have a structure with my agenda. Thank goodness for BeLive for that agenda, because if I didn't have that, we'd be talking about kittens. We'd be all over the place. And so, yeah, the greetings, keep it warm, keep it friendly. Like if you're meeting friends, if you were going for a coffee, a social element with friends, treat it like that. Make it fun. And again, leading on for that, it's about addressing comments. When somebody comments, a great thing that BeLive has is the comment assist. So this is an AI assistant, which means if somebody comments, I don't need to use my hands to show it. The AI will see that it's a positive comment, and it will automatically display it on screen. It brings up a little kind of warning first saying this comment will be displayed in 5, 4, 3, and it kind of brings that up, which kind of helps you out a little bit. But it really is, it does help. Look, it's not my little graphics, by the way. I'm trying to add more and more stuff to the streams, to one, to kind of display what we do, but two, just to kind of make it visually appealing for you guys as well. So displaying comments, Dan's just commented there as well. It's talking to Olivia, so that's okay, but I'll bring that up. And again, there's different ways that you can show it, but that's one of my favorite things, is that one. So again, if somebody comments something that says like fantastic stream, I mean, feel free, because it sees the word like fantastic and positive words, it will then kind of display that automatically. I have tested this as well, like negative words and obviously swear words or anything like that, it won't do. So the AI is good fit for that. So I do check that. Using software like BeLive really does help with that process. And it means when you're like a solo streamer like I am today, it means it just makes life a little bit easier. You're not having to worry too much about managing everything that's going on and then doing the screens and then losing eye contact with the audience. It means everything is kind of there. And it's like having a little assistant as well. So I do like that. It also means that people that are watching the stream can, get involved and be part of the discussion. Live streaming is great because it enables you to have a two-way form of communication, which means your audience can also steer the direction of the stream and steer the direction of the information that you're putting out there, which I think there we go, Dan, as if by magic. So it's just put off my screen now. It will show the stream in 3, 2, 1, and then it'll appear by magic. You see that? One hand. Brilliant. I do, yes, I do love that. You took the bait perfectly there, Dan. There we go. So yeah, and so there you go. It's a perfect example of that. So yeah, it means if people have a question when they're watching a video, that video may give them more of a question that they want answering, but they've not got that. By being live, it gives them the opportunity to ask the question and get it answered straight away, which is what we're going to be doing today. So if you do have any questions, then please, do they even have to be important ones? Please do get involved in that. Speaking of questions, Q&As. Ta-da. So Q&As, have a section in your live stream where you set aside time for Q&As. We have time at the end of this that will be for Q&As, but we'll always kind of answer questions anyway. This works for loads of reasons, but again, it's encouraging that engagement. It's teasing people out of the woodwork to kind of go, this is your time right now. This is your opportunity to ask that question that you're looking for. You know, conducting those Q&A sessions help you understand your audience better. And it's also a great way of finding out what questions people are wanting answering. So that also gives you ideas for future content that you can put out there as well. So, you know, having that moment where you can say to people, listen, we're going to talk about this particular subject today. If there's a moment during there where, you know, we're going to set aside some time for Q&As, that's great. My stream is always very casual. And I like them to be bite-sized. But if we were talking about sort of like a really serious, in-depth discussion that needed my focus for any length of time, by having a section in your show, you can go, that's great. There's going to be a Q&A session later on in the show. You're letting people know, listen, we'll come back to that. Then later on in the stream, when you get to that point, you can go back through those comments because they're on the right-hand side of your screen. You can go back through those comments and then answer them as well. Or, you know, if it's quite light-hearted and casual, make it more conversational. You can answer them on the fly like I do here. Does that make sense? I mean, are you guys doing this already as well? I mean, a lot of this stuff makes sense. It's just about, again, having that consistency as well with your audience so that they know that they can jump on. They know that they can ask those questions. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Here's a really good one. Improve your visual and audio quality. Now, I've just told you, I've literally, just got myself a new microphone for a project that I'm doing. I'll show you the difference. Now, this is a good computer that I've got here, but the difference that audio makes is, let's just go to the inbuilt microphone. That's the inbuilt microphone on this Mac. I don't know what that sounds like. I can't hear it. Only you can hear it. One of the first things I upgraded was my audio because it's so important. Let's just go back to, that's my microphone now, he says. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Which one? The inbuilt one. There we go. Now, how about that now? There we go, you see. So that's what you can do. You can change things around. You can change the audio. I've just realized now I've actually been on this microphone rather than this microphone. So that's an interesting thing. So on here, great comment there. You can tell them to mark their questions by starting them with a question. Great tip. There you go. That's a great tip. So yeah, so when you're going back through the comments later on, you can see which ones are the questions. Thank you for that, Scott. Absolutely spot on. Oh, Dan says no, the new mic. Yeah, do you know what it is? It's for a different project. But yeah, so again, your audio is the most important thing. People will put up with, people won't put up with bad sound. You know what it's like when you make a phone call and it's jumping in and out and it's not doing the best that it could do. When that happens, people just feel a bit like, they're not keen on it. They will disappear. They will switch off from bad audio because it's a strain to listen to. So for me, improving your audio is one of the first things you should do. Again, I would then get the webcam, the inbuilt webcam on here. Let me just show you this. Again, it's just to demonstrate. Now, bear in mind, when I show you this, you're going to see behind the studio. You're going to see behind the scenes. So you'll see what difference lights and a camera makes. So let's just go on to, there we go. So that's, I mean, it's, again, this is a good machine that I use here, but I mean, it's a bit grainy. It's not quite what I like there. Let's go back onto this one. There we go. So again, I would go audio first. I wouldn't change camera first. I would get a webcam because webcam's better, but then lights as well. And that's the way I go: audio, lighting, camera. Good lights will do so much more work with an okay or average camera. But you know, you always want to be slightly improving the stuff that you're doing. And a good thing with this as well is your audience, they like to see that journey that you're going on. So when they see that your stuff's improving, again, because they were there in the beginning, they feel part of that process. Again, let me know if this makes sense. And again, if you've got any tips as well, like Scott, Scott is a fantastic hypnotist and does some amazing stuff with audio as well. So do check out his YouTube. Scott, do drop a link in the comment section to your YouTube channel. It's a great example of some kind of like hypnosis audio products out there. So yeah, upgrading your audio and visual. You've got to stop the scroll. There's so much stuff going off on social media. You want it to be that when people are just flicking through, your stream stands out. The quality of it, you know, the lighting, stuff in the background, it grabs people's attention and draws them in. When you do that, you're getting the eyeballs, you're getting the attention, and then you want to convert them into being a fan, a commenter, a advocate, whatever it is you want to be, get them on your side. Again, if this makes sense, let me know in the comments section. Yeah. Oh, when it comes to your equipment as well, your audio visual, test your setup. It's so important to do that. You know, just before you go live, I always restart my computer well in advance. If you've got a PC, the last thing in the world you want to do is restart and then see the updates. Restart my computer to make sure the memory and everything is clear, and then just test everything. The times when I've had to rush a setup and test it last minute is the times when I've had problems with microphones, with lights, with cameras. You never know. So always test just before you go live as well. Again, it means it helps. The good thing with social media is sometimes if you've got your microphone on mute, when you go live, your audience will tell you that straight away. So it's always good to know there as well. Another important thing, and again, it makes sense, but before we do that, let me just pop this up here as well. Sign up to be live. There's a sale on at the moment. We love a good sale. So do join up. Try it out, see if it fits right for you. It's so intuitive to work. And again, with the agenda and everything else that's going on, it makes life a little bit simple for when you want to be doing streams like this. If you want to be solo, even if you want to add team members to look after your studio. I have producer Dan, who some of you may know. He helps, not that Dan, it's another Dan. My Dan's actually called Adam, to be fair, who does help out in the streams as well sometimes. But today I am solo, and it shows you that you can kind of produce stuff that's not too bad using all the tools that you've got. So yes, that's a sign up to Be Live. So yeah, creating engaging content. That's probably the hardest thing, but also one of the most important things. Connect with your audience. Find out what your audience is wanting. Plan it in advance. That's the great thing with the schedule on Be Live. It gives me the opportunity to kind of go through my notes, put my headers in there, go through the various topics about what we need to touch on, where we can go off piste a little bit and you know, go off in different directions. But I want to keep it fairly structured. But by planning it in advance, you get to know that here's my greeting, here's the points we want to touch on, here's where I want to drop in a link to Be Live, so people have that opportunity to sign up. Because if we went all the way through this and then didn't, it's a bit of a waste. Have call to actions. You know, especially if you're using your stream to promote a product, a service, a coaching program, whatever it is that you do, whether it be live sales, you, as well as having the engaging content, have that call to action as well. Incorporate stories and case studies. Here's the thing, and this is where I love live streaming. Live streaming is quite casual. Live streaming is a conversation between me and you. If we met in town or at a conference or out and about and we were having a conversation, that's how you're going to look at it. There will be stories in there. There'll be me telling you about when I met first time I met Dan over in Michigan. There were times when I talk about when I met Scott in Vegas. There's stories that you can tell that incorporate the message that you're going to deliver. And stories are a great way of delivering that message in a non-salesy way. Yeah, great point. Always make sure to add any media you want to use well in advance. I always add too much media because I kind of think there's some stuff I might use, some stuff I won't use because I like to mix it up a little bit. And by mixing it up, you're keeping it engaging. People want to see something happening on screen, consistently. Something changes. When you watch something on Netflix or YouTube or, at the cinema, there's cuts all the time depending on the type of program. So it has to be the same. Make sure it's engaging. Add visuals to your stream. Add stories, add anecdotes, add case studies, especially us coaches and therapists. We can talk about, examples of the work that we've done and how it's transformed lives. People watching that will go, oh, that resonates with me. That sounds the same to me. And they're more inclined to be engaged with you on there as well. The agenda's great. Keep it flexible, because anything can happen during a life and does sometimes. If you're fixed to your agenda, if you're stood there with sheets of paper and going, right, now we're going to talk through this and this is this and da, 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 da. People haven't come for a PowerPoint presentation. They've not come for death by PowerPoint. They've come to be entertained, educated, and informed. That's what you've got to do. Have your agenda. Just have bullet points on there. Have the things you need to say. Have the things you want to say, the stories, the anecdotes, all of that stuff. What visuals can you add to that? How can you layer the story that you're telling your audience and make it better? What can you add to it to make it better? Whether that just be a lower third, whether it be a scrolling text, whether it be, whether it be a visual, whatever it is you want it to be, make sure you have got it there as well. Oh, there we go. Oh. So yeah, again, if this makes sense, let me know in the comment section. Keeping it flexible, adding depth and variety. Your agenda is the outline of the story you want to tell. Then you want to add the colors in there as well, add the shades, add the light, make it fun if you want to make it fun, but most importantly, make it engaging. What do you do to make your streams engaging? What do you do to make them fun? I'm always open to hear what people have, so drop that in the comment section. Stephen Healy is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. If we had a drum, I have a drum roll, but I've been messing around with my audio for a different stream, and I don't want to press the wrong button and the wrong noise come out. But Stephen Healy is here as well. Great picture there, Stephen, by the way. Have you had a new headshot done? Thank you very much, Olivier. Yes. Because again, people on social media are there to be entertained, whether that be in an educational way, whatever it is. But your new audience, the people that are just finding you and discovering you for the first time, they've been on their social feed on whatever platform, they see something attractive, they click on it to have a look at it. That's when you've got to get them in. So again, keep it fun, keep it entertaining, make sure they are good. And here's an interesting bit as well. Repurpose your content. I've recently really got into this now. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that. I want at least a post a day of stuff. Here's where it got interesting for me, did that. All the gurus tell you this is what you should be doing. You should be doing this. You should be posting this. You should be doing shorts. You should be doing reels. You should be doing TikToks. You should be doing a million and one things. It consumes your time incredibly. Lala is here. Lala, hello, how are you? There we go. We've got all the families here now. So all the gurus tell you about all this stuff you've got to do to repurpose your content. So to put that content out there, repurposing your content means on a Monday, I can do a live stream. And because I've got the agenda items, I also know the sound bites that I want to get from those as well. So because I'm planning ahead, I kind of have an idea of the 30 seconds that I'm going to use for an Instagram or for a TikTok or for something else. So within my one stream, I can repurpose a lot of that content. So it means from that 30 minutes, 20 minutes, that hour that I dedicate to the live, whatever it is. An hour-long live is a challenge sometimes. But what that means is you've got that, you've recorded it, it is there. Now, for me, the issue I always used to have is if I was recording video to put content out there, I wanted it to be perfect. And that would somehow make it really challenging for me to do it. The great thing is by doing a live, at the end of that live, you go into your BeLive studio, you can download that, and then you can repurpose. If you're not very technically minded and you don't know about stuff, here's the thing. Oh, yes. It's just for decorating. It doesn't really do anything. The golden tripod. I wonder what you was talking about then for a second. I'm like, yeah. But do you know what? It's about adding little bits that show you personality. So yeah, got everybody to say hello to Lala. She's one of the most hardest working people I know, and is the backbone to these streams. To be fair, when I talk about I put the agenda items together, to be fair, most of that work is done by Lala, and she is incredible at what she does. Always have a great team with you. So yes, repurpose your content. Go into the video editor on BeLive. You can see on there where comments are. You can see where the most engaging parts of your stream are, and you can just drag it, copy it, and you've got that. You can even change the graphics on there, make it look really cool in different aspect ratios. It really does help. But if you've got a little bit of skill, you can literally do one live stream and create maybe 10 pieces of content easily. And that's when it becomes really interesting, because those bits of content you can then use to promote your next live streams. You can then use to promote whatever it is that you're doing. And again, with YouTube likes you to upload content there as well. So as well as your live stream, you're uploading bits of content bite size, which helps people go, I don't know if I want to listen to a 20, 30-minute lecture or live stream or show, but they'll see a 30-second clip of something and then they watch it and go, oh, that's really interesting. And by doing so, you're giving them those little hooks, those little teasers. So they go, oh, do you know what? I'll buy into more content, and then they'll watch something for a little bit longer as well. So yeah, it really does help. Again, let me know what are you using at the moment? For me, I'm loving TikTok and I'm loving YouTube Shorts. I've moved away from Reels a little bit, but I know I need to get back on that. But again, it's what we said earlier in the show. It's finding where you're getting your most engagement, your most energy from, and then focusing it there, but not neglecting everything else. You're cooking with your content. I like that, cooking with content. So yeah, repurpose it. And again, it means your live stream can be used as like evergreen content. That is literally, it's out there, it's on YouTube, and it's sending people to you, to your business, your product, your service, your channel, whatever it is that you're promoting. It's just helping you grow that. And all of that is raising your platform, raising your authority, and raising your audience. So you're reaching more people. So then the next time you go live, people get really excited about it. Yes, absolutely. Again, great thing with BeLive is you can choose the ratio that you want. So you can go desktop like this, or you can go vertical as well. I don't do it as often as I should, to be fair. But yeah, absolutely. And again, you can do that on TikTok and Instagram as well. But yeah, vertical is, most people are on their phones now. That's just the way it is. And it's interesting. I've got another stream where we just do verticals on that. And it was such a pain to kind of change all my graphics around that on that one, I don't have as much branding on. It is mainly the graphics from BeLive that's on there as well. There we go. Look at that. As if by magic. That's good that you can change all these things as you're going with the branding as well. But yeah, the branding that is in the desktop format will squish up in the vertical format. So it's always good to have different ones for each one. But vertical is so good at the moment, especially for talking head stuff as well, because it does kind of bring you in close. For stuff that's more, whether you need more stuff in the screen, it gets a little bit harder. But yeah. What else do you do to repurpose content? I like to try and get stills. So before I go live, I'll take a picture of my battle station as such, and I'll post that on Instagram sometimes, just as a little bit of a nudge. Either that was a great show, or looking forward to another show. That does help. And again, it means I'm getting more stuff from that one stream. If that makes sense, let me know, guys. Yeah, analyzing your performance. This is probably one of the most interesting or most important things. Yes, absolutely. Use them for everything. You know, from one live stream, you could get maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, however many pieces of content that you want, and use them everywhere. I like to put it on YouTube and then create a blog post and then point back to that. I even do that with these. So I'll after this stream tomorrow, maybe I'll write a blog post about this stream and then put a link back to it to YouTube as well. And again, all of that, it means you're getting the most from each piece of content. You're squeezing it for the most that you can possibly get out of it. So yeah, absolutely great tip, Lala. So yeah, analyzing performance. This is a good way of you finding out what content is working with your audience. Once you've got the data, wherever you get that from, whether it's from the analytics on YouTube, Facebook, wherever it is, you know, once you've got that data, you can understand your audience better. You know, which types of stream gets the most comments, which ones gets kind of more views but less comments, and try and figure out why. Once you've got your data and you know it, it's a really good way of understanding it. Don't just go live and hope every single time. Look back in, you know, an hour after you stream, a couple of days after it, look into it, see what's going on there. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. And bear in mind, your email list is so important. You know, make sure you send an email out to your list when you're going to go live. You know, it's a good way of kind of reminding them as well. But yeah, that's a great thing. And the transcripts now, YouTube do transcribe them for you as well. And then again, with tools like ChatGPT, you can, you know, get lots and lots from that as well. Such a powerful tool, used right. So much stuff online at the moment now is just ChatGPT. I think you've got to make it your own, and especially with live streams, you've got to make it you. So yeah, analyze your performance. It kind of gives you a detailed view of what's going on in your stream. Look at what gets most engagement. You know, look at your drop-offs. Look at all the data that's there and try and understand it the best you can, because that's going to give you your roadmap in order to create more content that works well with your audience. You might get some stuff that gets loads of comments but not many views. So that's a marketing thing. You just need to get more people on board with that. You might get some stuff that has loads of views but no comments. So again, by understanding these numbers, it helps you create better content. And every stream you try and do should always be an improvement on the one before it. Always keep trying to improve, because that way you're delivering more value to your audience. And then that way you're going to get more audience. More people are going to watch in the future because you're delivering value. And again, if this is delivering value, do let me know. It's always good to know that. And talking about repurposing stuff in newsletters, let me just pop up. Do check out, as we talked about multi-streaming, a great blog by Be Live on there. There's a great resource, lots of blog posts, educational posts that help you on your live streaming journey. There is a lot of this is universal information as well, so it doesn't matter where you're going live. This will really help you. So do check out that blog as well. It is, let's just bring everything up on screen, shall we? So there's lots of great information on there, and those blogs are, you know, they're really great. Thank you. You know, I love a compliment. Do you know what it is? It's about, it's all, like lives. The closest thing to me is being on stage. There's an energy with a live that you don't get on any other platform. But it's easy to just go live and not have your audience in mind. So yeah, thank you for that, Lala. That means a lot. We kind of talked about analyzing performance, but boosting visibility. You know, all of these things, like, think about the SEO of it. You know, if you're going to use this content, what's your descriptions like? What's your title of your stream like? What's your thumbnail of your stream like? All of this stuff is going to make a absolutely massive difference because again, it's like the show poster. You've got to have something that captures people's attention. The details are there, the time, the date, what it's going to be about, who it's going to be, and a picture of a face. All of this stuff helps. Make sure you've got a good thumbnail. Make sure you've got an interesting title. There's loads of tools out there. Use the tools that are going to help you get a good title. Use stuff like ChatGPT. Even if you just go on YouTube and start to type the name of the topic that you want to talk about, YouTube will fill that in with the most asked questions. That gives you a great idea for the title and topic of your stream. So by doing that, you know the stuff that people are asking, you know the stuff that people are looking for. So that's the stuff you want to be doing. Sometimes what you might think is a great title, having technical knowledge of your subject, might not work for the vast majority of people. So make it a way that it's going to be catching, not clickbaity, but you want to make it so that people are like, oh, what's this? And we do live in a clickbaity world. So you've got to put effort into those titles and descriptions. By doing so as well, it also means that, especially if you're on YouTube and you're streaming to YouTube as other platforms, the SEO is going to pick that up. The descriptions are going to let people know what it's about. So it's going to show it to the right people as well. It is, when you're kind of cross promoting your streams, especially if you're working with other people as well, make sure that your guests are going to be promoting it. If you've got a group, ask your group to share. I'm doing a live on this day. Guys, we want to get loads of eyeballs on this. Make sure you share it out to your network as well. We think this might be helpful to people that are in this particular market or this particular niche. Share it out, please, guys, and do that. That really does help as well. It just means that you're giving your audience a chance to get involved in the success of your live streams, and you're helping work with the network that they've got as well. What things are you doing to promote your lives? What do you do at the moment? Is it just a Facebook post? Do you put a post on LinkedIn? Don't just do the kind of scheduled post that Be Live. Be Live's great. You schedule a live stream in Be Live. It creates the event on Facebook. It does all of that. It's amazing. But, what else are you doing? Go into the event, ask questions, invite people that you know that it will be valuable for. Don't just invite everybody. Invite people that you think is invited, because if you get invited to something that you have no interest in, you start to become blind to it. Invite people you think they're interested in it. Send it to someone that is an influencer within your niche and kind of go, oh, listen, I'm doing this. Is there any chance you could share that to your network? I know there's a couple of groups run by other hypnotists that I know that do great groups. And it's quite often, if I need something sharing, I will ask, is there any chance I could share this in your group? And 9 times out of 10, people are happy because it's delivering value to that particular group. The more effort you put into the promotion of your stream in the beginning, the better it's going to be. And then once you get them to your stream, then that's the time to put in that effort in your production, your agenda, your planning, and everything else. Does that make sense? Let me know. So we got the Q&A bit. So if you've got any questions, let me know. I'm going to go find it because I incorporated the Q&A bit into today's stream. So there it is. So if you've got any questions, do let me know. Again, if you've got questions about your viewers, engagement, content, the streams, or even Be Live, now is the time to ask them. It's always good. Al says yes. Yes. It's my favorite word is yes. I say it too much, to be fair. So yeah, now is the time to ask those questions. Again, we've got members of the team in the comment section as well. So again, if you've got something technical, they can really kind of answer that for you. But most importantly, if you found some value today or in these streams, then do let me know in the comment section. And if you're watching this on the replay, then it would be good for that as well. One thing I will do whilst we're waiting for any questions is I will quickly just pop this up here. And that is a link to Be Live where you can sign up, where there is a sale on at this moment in time. It doesn't happen often, so it's a great time for you to jump on board and do it now. So yeah, that is cool. Guys, thank you for joining me. Oh, that was a question then. Thank you for joining me. We go live regularly here on Be Live. There's some great shows with some great knowledge. Also, there's the Be Livers group where there is an absolutely massive community of live streamers from all sorts of different categories that can really help you out. There you go. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I go through phases of my list of being actively trying to build it and then not. At the moment, I'm putting together a little a lead generator kind of thing for that list just for streaming. But yeah, your email list is, I mean, don't spam your list, but it makes sense when you're doing anything to build that list. And this is a list of people's email addresses that have an interest in the project that you are doing. So if it's live streaming, if it's hypnosis, if it's entertainment, whatever that is, build that list up, because it's so important that people that are interested in you then get to know about that stuff. And it's tailored to that particular audience. So if you've got a list of people that are interested in live streaming and techniques about going live, as you build that list up, when you're going live and you're delivering that information, send it out to your list. Send them like once a week some tips, top 3 tips on doing this. Here's a new microphone. Here's this. It helps keep people in the loop about what you're doing, which means when you have got to market something, if you've got a big show coming up or a new project that you're launching or a course or whatever it is, by staying in the loop with those people, then it doesn't just feel spammy then. You can trickle feed that information. I've got this coming up. This is going to be launched on this day. Here's launch day. You can build your network, build your community. So again, yeah, to answer your question, Lala, absolutely use your email list and make an effort to build that list as well. There's people that might not buy the products that you have got to sell at this moment in time, but they're interested in you in general and want to stay informed. So, you know, on my website, there's an area where they can put in their email address to be kept up to date with a newsletter. But newsletters are, again, done right, absolutely brilliant for marketing. And there's some great software out there for list building. Some of them are really cheap. Some of them are very, very expensive. But it's about moving around and finding what works right for you. Start cheap and then build up. But yeah, your email list is very, very important. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. Like I said, if you've enjoyed this, then do let me know in the comment section. It's always good to know. Do check out Be Live and happy streaming, guys. Feel free to drop a link in the comment section to your live stream, and then we get to see you as well. It's always good within the community to see what other people are doing, see what their studios are like, see what their lighting's like, and you get to get inspiration from other people there as well. Lala, thank you for joining us as well. Guys, take care. Happy streaming. I'll see you soon.